Who are the teams? Who are the villains? Who are the heroes? What are the takeaways of the football week? Let's talk about it with Noop. Hi, Noop. Welcome back on the show.
Thank you very much, Dinek. That was a lovely intro, I must say. I feel much more energized now, especially since I came back from shower, and I feel nice. I feel all prepared. Hopefully, our viewers are here as well, like last time. If not,
Yeah.
then apologies for the delay. I hope you guys don't think that there's no show today. There has been some technical issues, I guess, but we are right back, and not in the
We
terms of
are.
football language, but we are.
We are back into the swing of things. Let's start with the team of the week.
Hmm.
Okay, Noop, would you like to kick us off for today?
My team of the week has to be FC Barcelona, and it's because of the form they are in. They had a nice, comfortable win this week against Las Palmas, which they haven't won. I think last time they lost the game, and it's been a while since they played in such dominant way against a team like Las Palmas. Although Las Palmas, they are 17th in La Liga, they are somewhat of a bogey team against Barcelona. And a 2-0 win. I'm really happy. They are Barcelona currently the league leaders. Not comfortable, but the goal difference is good enough.
You're the leaders in La Liga on goal difference, yeah, ahead
Yeah,
of Real Madrid.
Real
Or
Madrid. Yeah, by 11 goals.
okay, well, we'll have to do for now, but that's the title challenge is still open
It
according to
is.
what I can see.
It is. It's just that they caught
So
up very well, and yeah.
yeah, okay, nice one. Well, my team of the week has to be Slavia Prague. So we haven't
Mm.
talked about the Czech league here for a long time. The Czech Gambrinus Liga. I don't know if it's called Gambrinus. Actually, it's called Chance
Really?
League right now. It's now named after betting agency Chance,
Wow.
or Chance if you want. But it used to be called Gambrinus Liga for a long time. Gambrinus Beer.
Really? I never knew that.
But yeah, it changes its name way too often for my liking. It's all about sponsorships, right, and stuff like that. Anyway,
Mm.
Slavia Prague has to be my hero of the week. Sorry, team of the
Team of-
week, and that is because they beat the second team, Victoria Plzeň, 3-1 away from home in a convincing manner. They well deserve their victory, and this puts Slavia Prague ahead of Victoria Plzeň by, is it 13 points now? 13 points cushion is way too much for Victoria Plzeň or Sparta Prague, for that matter, to catch up with Slavia. I think the title is decided. And yeah, it was a nice performance from Slavia. Chori scored 2 goals against his former team, did not celebrate. And yeah, he's in a good shape right now. Okay, hero of the week. Don't forget, guys, that you can also join us. Let us know your teams, heroes, villains, and takeaways of the week in the comments. So, Nrup, who is your hero of the week?
Um, well, there are many, but I must say it has to be the king of Premier League, Mohamed Salah. He has been just way too
Yeah,
good, way too
yeah.
good. I must say,
He's
like
back. He's back to his best, isn't he?
he's not only he's arguably the best player in this last few years, but he might actually end up becoming the best player in the history of Premier League with the way he's going around. Like
Yeah.
we
Well,
all thought that his career is done. We are reaching the twilight, but he has reached another peak, another form. I mean, wow.
yeah, I think he may have realized that he would like to stay in the Premier League a bit longer. And to be honest, at this point, if Liverpool don't offer him a new contract, or if they don't find a way to make him happy, I'm sorry, but that's a mistake.
Hmm.
Even if it's just for 2 years, just make it like prepare a shorter contract,
Hmm.
because he is that good and he's your legend, Liverpool. I think without Salah, you are not the same team. I'm sorry to say that.
I agree with you. he's just too good. I
Yeah.
think hopefully by the end of the season there will be talks about who is the arguably the best player in the Premier League. And for some it's Ronaldo, for some it's Henry, for some it's Rooney, for some
You
it's
mean
Shearer.
Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Ronaldo Nazario played
He
in
didn't
Premier
play in the
League.
Premier League long enough. I think he spent most of his best years in Real Madrid, at Real
Sure,
Madrid,
sure,
in my
but it's like
opinions.
the best player, as in like an individual player, the best performance as a Premier League player.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Salah has
I
to be
think
up there
that's
for
most,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
I
agree. I
think
agree.
Salah is too soon going to be there.
All right.
You, hero of the week.
I'm gonna put the cat amongst the pigeons here, and I'm gonna say that the hero of the week is Jarrod Bowen,
Hmm,
the West Ham captain who scored the only goal in the Arsenal West Ham game.
hmm,
You wanted to avoid this game. I can see it on your face as an Arsenal fan. I watched this game actually with my friend Andre from the Czech
hmm,
Republic at that place that you and I watched the Wolverhampton Arsenal game, exactly the same place,
hmm,
and that is a cursed pub because
hmm.
okay, we won against Wolves, I guess, but it wasn't the best performance there. But this one, yeah, good goal from Jarrod Bowen. He's the hero of the week. I think he is Mr. Consistent. Good captain, good goal
That was a
scorer.
good goal as well, I must say. I mean, I know that it was really painful, but
Yeah,
the way how the goal went, the
great
way he
cross from
finished.
Wan-Bissaka from the right hand side, and Jarrod Bowen, fantastic timing,
Hmm,
and found his space. A good poacher
yeah,
instinct, I thought, from him, and yeah, he made it. He made that goal. Yeah.
good call, good
Okay.
call.
Yeah. It's a shame that West Ham are still somewhere in the 16th or 15th place or something like that. But
Hmm.
yeah, um, it didn't help Arsenal at all, and so I'm
Not at
sure he
all. I
made
mean,
West Ham fans very happy because
hmm,
obviously Arsenal is a London rival, and I've just talked to Clive on the Footgrish podcast. I've just recorded prior to our show. I recorded the Footgrish podcast, which is my other show. So you can all look forward to Clive, the West Ham fan, the articulate, well-spoken friend of ours. You know him very well as well. No, we
yeah,
used
very
to
well.
feature on this channel very often.
Hmm.
So yeah, he talked about that game, and he seemed very, very jubilant. I
Yeah, I
have to
mean,
say,
even
yeah,
I've got few West Ham fans around, and they have been buzzing me with memes and messages, and
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah.
it's really painful.
Well, they deserve it. They deserve it.
But
Let
I
him
wonder how are you feeling,
go
considering
glory.
it was your mental derby. So how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, no, I was supporting Arsenal. Of course, I'm a little bit torn because I like both teams, but I have to say I was supporting Arsenal not only because of my mate Andre, who I was watching the game with, but also because Arsenal still have or had, you could say, something to play for, right?
Hmm.
We of chasing Liverpool, kind of.
Yeah,
We're the second,
we were
right?
like 6 points or
But
seven
West
points
Ham,
behind them.
what do they have to play for? Nothing.
Hmm.
So that's why, like, it was more logical to support Arsenal, of course, and I did, but
Hmm.
it didn't help. Right.
Moving on.
Villain of the week, yeah? Let's do
Yeah.
it. All right. Do you want to go first or shall I go first?
I would like to hear yours because I have got some interesting one.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give it to Skelly. I know he's only 18 years old, and
Hmm.
uh, it was difficult because he is the Arsenal player that substituted Califieri, was it?
Calafiori.
Califieri. I think obviously he made a tackle which resulted in a red card because he was the last man defending. It was very clumsy from him, not very clever in my opinion. You could have a mitigating factor that he's very young, but you still have to make the right decision, and he didn't there. Unfortunately, it cost us, and he was one of the reasons we did not win that game, in my opinion, because there would have been more pressure from Arsenal in
for
11 men.
sure,
So that
for sure.
was really disappointing from the young lad. But I think
Especially from a
he has a
lad
bright
who has
future.
been such good
He has a,
form, like he has been.
it's his second red as well in a short space
Mm,
of time. The first one was
mm,
unfair, obviously, we all
yeah,
remember that. But this one I thought was fair enough. When I was watching it, I knew straight away when he got a yellow card from ref. I was telling
mm,
my mate Andre, this is a red for me. And then
mm,
VAR confirmed my um, speculations, of course, or my fears,
yeah.
my worst nightmares, and it materialized, unfortunately. Yeah. So
Yeah, good call by War, and yeah, it was a fair call. But again, he's a player that has always helped us. He has always been such crucial. He has always been crucial. He has adapted with our team very well, very quick. But that's the thing, like it's his inexperience, it's his immaturity, I guess.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah.
you can call it. But yeah, that costed us a game, if not at least a point, if in my opinion, if not three of them. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
getting back to my villain of the week, it has to be uh, Omar Berrada, and that
Who is
person,
that?
he's CEO of Manchester United, and I'll tell you why. It's because some time ago, I think it's been 2 3 hours, he announced. I mean, I'm sure like he's part of the board. He's one of the main. He's the final. I think he has the most power in the board, considering he's a
Okay.
CEO. He made the call that Manchester United will be getting rid of I don't know, like 200 250 jobs more, considering their um, financial issues and the board and all of that. And it makes me think, like, look, you have got players that are getting paid 300 400k per week, and
Mm.
that is the peak. You have got tens of thousands of pounds for even the most basic players,
Yeah.
whereas you've got staff jobs who get paid, I don't know, like few hundreds per week, and yet you're getting rid of them rather than
Mm.
fixing over players' wages.
That's
It
fair.
just
That's
shows how
fair.
badly the club is, and this was quite villainous in my opinion.
Maybe they could
And
instead of doing this, they could rebuild the team. Get rid of this
yeah,
deadwood. Make sure Manchester United stay in the league, but
mm,
start building a team of young players. I mean, something like, let's say, Chelsea is doing or something.
sure, but it says
And
that when you get rid of hundreds of staff who are literally living, I believe they are living on paycheck to paycheck. It's
yeah,
really tough, like
yeah,
it's
of
really
course,
tough for them. I don't think it shows you. It shows that you're a good club, you're a big club, and it's a
it
shame
shows that
because
you are in trouble. You are in problems. Obviously, I
you're
agree
in
with.
big trouble. Because I don't remember Barcelona making such things. I remember Barcelona, they were focused more on players. They were negotiating with players to perhaps not
Messi.
reducing
They
their
even
wages.
sent Messi to Paris Saint-Germain and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. This
Yeah,
sends a really really bad message to
it
the.
does. It does, which is a good phrase. Yeah. It
Mm,
does send a really bad message, and it only goes to show that Manchester United are in dire straits right now. So
yeah, and be it United or
yeah,
City, at the end of the day, it's money that counts. So that's a really bad message for the whole city, for the whole Manchester in general, and I guess Premier League as well.
yeah. Well, City aren't any better this year, and also we know about those of course problems with FFP as well. So
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, at the end of the day, they're just showing, they're just putting money first, rather than their
yeah,
success or
yeah.
play football.
Which is how the world works. Unfortunately, we can see another example of a certain president. I'm not going to name, that has just won the election in an unnamed powerful country in the world.
Hmm.
So let's move on from that to our takeaway of the week. Okay, I'm gonna kick this off. Basically, the title is over in two leagues that I watch the most: the Premier League, and I have to say the Czech League. It's over. It's boring. I don't like it. I prefer if it goes right down to the wire, when it's more dramatic, when you have more teams fighting for it. But in this case, Liverpool are 8 points clear at the top of the league, ahead of Arsenal. and the other teams. I mean, Nottingham Forest shouldn't even be there. Manchester City, they're just not the same team anymore. They just lost to Liverpool, so they will barely make it into the top four, because obviously Bournemouth are breathing down their neck as well. Chelsea still want to do something. I don't think they will, but they are there and thereabouts, let's say. So this is the Premier League. It's kind of over there, and in the Czech League, it's even more over, because it's 11 points. Slavia will make it, and they will be in the Champions League next year, which is their main goal. It's a lot of money for a Czech club to receive from the Champions League coffers. So, yeah, it's a shame
Yeah,
that
good call.
it's not more dramatic, but I think at this point it's over.
Yeah, good call. It was one of my options. The Premier League. It was one of my takeaway of the week, but now that you have said it, my takeaway of the week would be Seria. And after looking at the last result, Como, they defeated Napoli, and things have shaken more. Inter are back at the top. Um, right now, the table looks much more tightened. Like Juventus, they have taken up the fourth position quite well,
Yeah,
and yeah, like just 10 points are like there's only a gap of 10 points between the first team and the fifth team,
that's
and
good.
things can turn up really well. I mean, Serie A is proving again and again, like I think it's slowly and steadily
Yeah,
getting up there with Premier League, if not more.
yeah. More
So yeah,
competitive. Even in the German league, it's a bit boring now. I mean, the Bayern
yeah,
Munich are kind of dominating at the moment.
yeah.
I mean,
Leverkusen is no more no more never loosen, if not many people know what it
they're,
means.
they're in the second place. They are doing all right. I
Yeah,
think
but they are not challenging.
considering
Like,
it's always tough to follow
mm,
up after
mm.
winning the title. I think it will be okay in the end. Like taking second place will be a good result for Leverkusen, I think. But of
Yeah,
course they want they
it's
want the
just that
title.
Bayern Munich, they have a new manager, and perhaps
Yeah,
I thought things would be a bit different. And considering it's a manager
yeah,
who's not experienced company, I don't
correct.
think he did well in Burnley. But yeah, anyway, Serie A really good. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really excited for how things will turn out. And yeah, that's it for me from my side.
Nice one, Roop. So let's take a look at the vocabulary of the week, and then we will call it a night.
Hmm.
Right. So I said that Jarrod Bowen had a poacher instinct. Yeah. There is a type of a striker usually, or someone who scores goals, that you could call a poacher in football. It's like a label, right? You have like a fox in the
Hmm.
box and labels like that, and one of them is a poacher.
Hmm.
Poacher is a player. Like poacher, what does poacher mean? Poacher is a guy that I guess kills animals illegally, usually typically sets traps somewhere in the forest and then kills those animals for meat, for profit. And in a similar sense, you could talk about a poacher in football, someone who's sort of there in that place to steal the limelight by scoring a goal. Maybe shouldn't be there, shouldn't like should be marked by the defenders, but still
And I
he's
think
in the right
usually
place at the right
poacher
time,
is.
and he's a poacher.
Hmm. And I
Yeah.
think usually poacher is usually called for a type of a striker, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think wingers
That's
or
true.
defensive midfielders are called poachers. So it's usually a
No, I agree
striker.
with you. I agree with you.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
a modern day classic example would be Holland, who is a good
Yeah.
poacher. But if you go back 2 years ago, Ibrahimovic is a good caller for a type of a poacher. Who else can be a poacher?
It's someone who scores, like the definition is someone who scores goals from a position close to the goal as well, right? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
in the box, in a 6 yard box, someone in the 6 yard box, and you're always at the right time, in the right place at the right time,
Yeah,
and you sort of like steal that goal, right? Because maybe the defenders are found out, or they are just not at it,
yeah.
attentive enough, they're not paying attention, and then you just make
Mm.
make a sliding like you slide the ball into the back of the net, or I don't know, you score a header or
Quick header,
something.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
From close range often.
Mm-hmm. Fair call.
Okay, then, Noop, I guess that's where we will leave it for today. Thank you
Mm.
very much, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Noop, for being part of the show as always. And let's see what we are in for this midweek, because the Premier League
It's
starts
going to be a
earlier.
great,
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a midweek round. So
yeah, it's going
let's
to
see
be
what happens there.
exciting. But I have to, I guess, buy some coffee because I'm not able to sleep late these days. I'm more of a morning person now, maybe because of the Vietnam trip.
You're the
But
polar
yeah,
opposite of me, man. Polar
yeah.
opposite.
Hence, we meet
All right,
somewhere
then.
around it.
Okay, everyone, please give us a like.
Yeah,
Press the
and
like button. It does make a difference. Also, those of you who like watching this show and are not subscribed to the channel, why don't you do that? In that way, you won't miss any future shows with Noop and I.
yeah.
Okay, guys, take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.